ABC's new show, Pooch Perfect, is a hit. Somebody got paid their paycheck in all pennies, and Amazon to change payment methods. All that and a lot more coming up right now on The Morning Laugh, everybody.
BS Factor. The BS Factor with Brian and Stephanie.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I am Stephanie, as I should be. This is, of course, Brian and Stephanie on the BS show. That was the best. No, this is the Morning Laugh. It's our April Fool's episode. I'm going to introduce our guys. We've got Brian Kahatsu. Hey, Brian.
Oh, good morning. I'm sorry. Was that wrong? I think that was wrong.
That was the best intro I've ever seen.
I'm sorry. It's 2005 over here.
Is that what it was? I was like, this is the greatest intro I've ever seen. It's perfect.
Oh, it's nice to be here on the Morning Laugh.
Well, you'll have to have the other person, Stephanie or whoever, come on for a podcast interview sometime.
But until then, we have one more.
We have one more, and he is known as Sir Mike James.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Good morning,
Not
Michael.
so great. I've broken both my legs clean off, and I started to grow a beard.
Oh, man. Don't you hate mornings?
That's tough. It is.
That's what happens when you get up too early.
And where's Josh, guys?
Well, the rumor is that he couldn't make it this morning because he has he had a sleepover, apparently.
That's right. He's got visitors from out of town.
Yes.
Yeah. Not like, sorry, that sounded like visitors from out of town. Like
that did sound very alien-esque.
Right. Of course, I'm talking about New Mexico when I say it like that. No, Josh's mom's in town, right?
That's right.
Visiting from where? Do we know? Is she from Iowa?
I don't know.
Well, I think she lives in Hawaii. Yeah.
That rings a bell too. Yeah. I think you're right. Well,
yeah, I think she lives there. She lives in Hawaii. If she doesn't, she does now. I mean, why not? You know, when you have a podcast, you can pretty much decide what
we can make up anything. You
can.
She's from Hawaii. She came here on a surfboard.
That's right. Mike broke like 3 arms, he said, and grew a beard. So
right,
you can say whatever you want.
I broke all 3 of my arms.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking lava.
Listen, we have a lot to talk about. I heard a rumor. Now, this could be there's a couple of things that makes today special. Okay. One is that we're getting close to Easter. So that, I mean, that doesn't make today special, but we're getting close to that. That's cool. I believe I hear Mike and Brian are going to be collecting eggs. So that's cool. Yes. And then the second thing is apparently it's April Fool's.
What?
So, yeah, April Fool's.
You mean April 1st?
April 1st. Yes. Yeah, we're not allowed to say April Fool's. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's the day we celebrate 14 days till tax day. That's right.
That's right.
Looking forward.
I believe, if I am not mistaken, didn't they push the tax day to like May 15th or something?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Actually, okay, I don't want to be the one to tell you that in case I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I have no hesitation in giving false information. Taxes are not due this year till May 15th, and all Social Security has been canceled. There you go. One of those is not true.
Speaking of false information, I'll tell everybody watching and listening to our show that what we do every kind of the day before our show is I will go on and look up trending topics, what everybody's talking about and trending and everything. So because it's April Fool's, I straight up just made up headlines, and I thought it would be fun to maybe talk about it. I made up headlines, and then I gave you guys very random links to it. So
I saw that.
Brian, you clicked on them, right? Mike, did you also click on
I
those
clicked
links?
on a couple of them and thought these don't make sense.
So wait a minute. Linda Lavin isn't coming back as Alice in a reboot.
But some of these are actual true stories, and you'll have to decide which are which until the end of our
There
show.
you go. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. We can use our improv skills here. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to list a headline, and the three of us are going to talk about it as if it's real. Those watching the show can comment whether it's real or fake. And if you don't comment, then we'll just tell you eventually. So
Yes, and
that's right. So the first one I thought was interesting. This is based out of LA, California. April Fool's has been deemed offensive and politically incorrect. Let's talk about it.
all right. So I did read this. I did look at this link, and it's very interesting. Apparently, April Fool's is a derogatory term for Lithuanian people. They celebrate April Fool's is like their Independence Day, apparently, or April 1st is. And so when you use April Fool's, apparently it is offensive to people from Lithuania.
Yeah. Wow.
My father-in-law is half Lithuanian, and he's mentioned this in the past.
Really? I've never heard it till just like this last week. I didn't know that was a thing at all.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a pretty traditional guy for most things, but
Yeah.
he's not attached to his Lithuanian roots as much, but I do recall him mentioning that because he's a little bit of a prankster himself, but it's like he doesn't do April Fool's jokes.
We try to avoid too much political stuff on this show, but this is the kind of thing that really irritates me is when they take something so innocent and fun, it's just silly, and turn it into now it's a political charged thing. I think it's oversensitivity. I mean, I'm Irish and I don't mind, the Cinco de Mayo or St. Patrick's Day.
I thought you were going to say alcoholism.
Yeah.
I don't mind extreme alcoholism and violence.
Well, one of the things that was interesting, and I sent you guys a thing last night, that part to those watching, that's not technically true. I don't think the whole idea that it's considered offensive, not technically true. But then I go on Instagram and I see this picture, and it's from some sort of mobile company. So I sent it to you guys, and it said, instead of giving pranks, we're going to give thanks. And that was like, hold on, I'm not too far from the truth. Why can't we just also give pranks? Like, why can't you raise money by giving pranks? Okay, but no, we have to give thanks. So
give pranks with a helpful heart. What? Give pranks.
So Chris just revealed that April Fool's has been deemed offensive and politically correct. Is not true. That it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
But my father is Lithuanian. Yeah.
Is he really?
He is.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Truth.
And then, Mike, is that true about the Lithuanians?
What?
Is that true?
That his father is it's your father-in-law.
No.
No, it's I just made up the Lithuanian thing.
You did?
Yes.
Wow.
I like that we'll have to vet every statement made now on the show.
I really believe
Okay,
you.
I'm just kidding. This is Josh, not Mike. That was April Fool's.
And I am drinking
away with
coffee,
it.
not lava.
If it weren't for you meddling kids. All right.
Here's a story for you guys. There was a poor fellow who got fired from his job, or I guess he quit his job, and the guy, his employer, was so angry with him. They worked in some sort of mechanic, like a garage or something, and they wouldn't give him his last paycheck. He complained. He actually threatened legal action to get his last paycheck. So in response, they paid him in all pennies covered in grease in a wheelbarrow on his driveway. It was like $700 or $800 in all pennies.
Yeah, I was reading. It says $900, so it came out to
Oh.
91,500 greasy pennies.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. The fact that it's bad enough the pennies, but all the grease and oil, whatever it was, put in there. They say they're grabbing a handful per day, trying to clean them off. And then as soon as they get them clean and dried, then they're taking that to the bank, and then they start another batch. And the employer guy said, when the news went to go interview him, and he said, I don't remember that happening. All I know is he got paid.
Yeah.
And then he called him a weenie.
Yeah, I know.
He called the guy a weenie.
I like how I went to the bank, got 9,000 pennies or whatever it is. And did you just? Well, I don't remember that happening.
But I love the transaction at the bank.
Yeah.
Was and how would you like this, sir? Pennies.
Yeah, I just love what he says. The guy says it would be one thing if it was just pennies. I wish it was just pennies, but obviously it was covered in some sticky substance that they believe is power steering fluid. Perfect. I mean, that's okay. I've been wanting to say this. So I saw on Monday, I had the benefit. A buddy of mine gave me a free ticket. He took me with him to go see John Cleese at. It was like this crazy show. I wish I had a ticket for you guys. I apologize. It was over at Rick Bronson's,
House of Comedy.
Yeah, House of Comedy over there. So I'm over there, and John Cleese is like, he's just standing up on stage with his daughter, and he's answering questions. So it was a really unique night. But one of the things that he was talking about was how much he loves pranks, and how much one of the flying circus guys, Graham, was always a prankster, and he was saying, the one thing that people always think about pranks is they think that pranks are mean-spirited. And he goes, that's not it at all. What the best pranks do is they just waste your time. And I could not agree more. And I think that's what makes the best pranks just so darn good. Yeah. So the idea of the pennies, that doesn't matter. The grease, that's where it's genius, because now you're wasting time to get these stupid pennies to the bank. It's just, that to me is golden.
Yeah. I agree. Our good friend Jason Beatty has joined us.
Jason,
it feels like every time I watch, you guys are finding new ways to talk about greased up Abe Lincolns.
True. That's a running theme through.
I know, it's the same material over and over. Jason, good to hear from you, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Jason is a comedian also, and my favorite joke of his was, I got to get down to my fighting weight. In the last fight I had, I was 9 years old. I weighed 75 pounds. Something like that. I'm botching the joke, but it's great.
I like my favorite joke of his was that tornadoes are God's eraser.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I like that. Tom said
on the whole Arkansas.
Yeah. What's with the unicorn behind you? I think the reference is to Mike with the mic.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a microphone. Or he is pulling a prank as a prankster, letting the podcast listeners think there's a unicorn behind me.
I like it. I agree with it. Before we go on to the other things, what have you ever had a great April Fool's prank happen in your life?
Well, I'll talk about this a bit, because this is April Fool's to me is so traditionally I'm always on my guard, because my brother passed away. It'll be 5 years ago coming up this month.
And my brother, April Fool's. I love.
My brother was all about the April Fool's. So it was a constant thing where I would have to tell my family, today's April Fool's. Do not take any calls from my brother. My brother used to call my office, and he left a message one day. It was, tell Brian to call Mr. Lion. And then it was a phone number, but the phone number was for the Phoenix Zoo. So when you call it, you say, Phoenix Zoo, hi, can I speak to Mr. Lion?
That's
This is the kind of stuff you do. They were always harmless pranks like that, but he was always trying to get me all the time. But he would call sometime. He was a home inspector. He called one day and said, "Brian, I fell off the roof. You got to come get me." I'm like, "You should be calling 911, not me." He's like, "Come on, I'm really missed." Yeah. So it's bittersweet. I miss having my guard up for April Fools a little bit with them around. So anyway,
that is bittersweet. No, I'm
trying to think what the good ones. He was always trying to get me. I will say the best prank I played was not on April Fools though. It was on Halloween to my brother's ex-wife. I called her as a child asking for candy because my parents wouldn't allow me to go out. I called her. This is before you could trace your phone numbers, and I called her and I said trick or treat, and she's like, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "My name is so and so." Had a whole speech, and then I gave her an address to mail me candy. And you know what? She never sent it.
Wow.
And that's
How
why
dare her?
And that's why my brother divorced her.
Because
what a great ending to that story.
I mean, adultery might have something to do with it on her
It
side.
may.
But I'm going to go with the candy. I'm not going to call her out.
Honestly, no. I think the candy is probably the most valid reason. Mike, did you have anything? It doesn't even have to be related to April Fools. Just a crazy.
I think no, I never have great pranks pulled on me. It's I've had the typical, little things like having a cup of water over the door, that kind of stuff. Even on April Fools, but nothing too big. I've done some good pranks, but I've never had one done on me. So yeah.
Your grandkids like to prank you, right?
Yeah, they love like physical pranks, like have you come in and you trip over a string and it turns the light off, or it dumps confetti over your head or whatever. They love that. Oh, they will roll on the floor laughing for a half an hour.
This is how you lost your legs, right?
They used razor wire one time instead of string. Sliced them right off.
Kids, shenanigans.
Oh, gosh. I love it.
I will say this is something else. Again, I used to have this I still have it somewhere. I have a little box about this big, and it plays 4 different.
For those of you listening, that's about 3 inches.
Yes, sorry, a little smaller than your hand. But it played back 4 Beavis and Butthead sayings. So my buddy years ago, when people still had pagers with voicemails on it, so that was his work number. I would call this thing like if I was working late at night, 2 a.m., I would call that and I would leave a Beavis and Butthead message. I did this for probably 3 or 4 years, and then when pagers kind of went out, I just stopped doing it. It's like 3 years ago. We were working together, and I said, "Hey, you ever get any phone calls from Beavis and Butthead?" And he goes, "Yes." It's like literally, it's like 15 years later.
Oh, that's a payoff right there.
So it was a payoff.
So
felt good.
Long-term payoff. I had, I love pranks. I admire them. I don't usually do them because my mind never. I'm either crazy extreme or I'm like way too mild, so I can never figure out the right level of pranking. But one time to do a prank, we got arrested. Well, we almost got arrested. There were cops surrounding us. A buddy of mine got pushed against a cop car, all because of a prank that was honestly the dumbest prank that I could say we ever did. So I'll say it quickly. It was in the middle of winter in Ohio, so it's like snowy. And the whole idea, we went to a video rental store, and we were just gonna, we were inspired by Impractical Jokers at the time. So we thought, all right, we'll have a buddy kind of he'll have his camera and he'll just film everybody's reaction. And the whole idea is like we wore these beach attire in the middle.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, Chris, I don't want to ruin the story, but you were inspired by Impractical Jokers. So you're saying that show existed simultaneously while there was a video store in existence?
Yeah, actually, it's still in existence.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
In Ohio, we still have videos. I don't know why.
Mike's currently fact checking, so continue.
Okay, good. Yeah. So we dress up. It's kind of in the middle of a blizzard, and we dress up in beach attire. So I'm wearing hot pink shorts, a cowboy hat. I put lotion on my nose, like as if I'm getting a suntan, and then we get into this video store and we just start hitting this beach ball across the way. Well, while we're doing this, there's only one worker, and she's like a girl our age, and she sees the guy that was supposed to be discreet with the camera, but he's just like pointing it everywhere. And she's like, "Are you trying to film me? Everybody's trying to stalk me." And like, I don't know why she thought that. So she calls the cops. So the moment she goes, "Just so you know, I called the cops." And so me and my one buddy, we're like, "Oh, well, we don't know the camera guy." So we abandoned him. We left. We got in our car and we go down one block. And before we knew it, like literally instantaneously, there were 3 cop cars that came in, and they were just like, "Oh, we got a stalker report," and you're like getting, like all this crazy stuff. Then meanwhile, the guy with the camera, kind of a dummy in this situation, runs to our car that's already surrounded by cops. So while he's running there, they push him down against the cop car because he's running towards the cops. No idea why. I'm in hot pink shorts. I have to try to explain the situation. I say, "Hey, we're just trying to make a YouTube channel." And he's like, "Well, I don't think any of that's funny." And then he goes, "If I ever hear you do one more prank in your life, I'm arresting you." And I was like, okay. I mean, how is that going to happen? But all right.
One time this was in high school. I was with there were 3 of us. 2 of us were from one high school. Our other buddy was from a different high school in the same town. And we were at a Godfather's Pizza. We went outside and we were just wrestling around. We're just fake fighting, basically.
Yeah.
A couple of his buddies from his high school see this and think that we're in a real fight with him. They jump out, come over and commence to try to beat the heck out of us. It's just, he had to stop. I'm like, whoa. We're just messing around. It was, yeah. Not as interesting as your story, but much shorter.
No,
Chris.
I agree. I tried to shorten it. I didn't know how.
Chris, I like the fact that you're like, you tell the cop, "No, we're trying to make a funny video for the YouTube channel." And the cop says, "I don't think that's funny." Your response should have been, "I haven't edited it yet."
That would have been a great.
It was the second try, officer.
We never even edited it. I was afraid I was going to get arrested somehow. So
That's
I
great.
don't know.
You saved it for now.
Yeah.
Tell the story. That's funny.
Footage is all for naught.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. A couple more headlines. We have a game later on as well that I think we're going to really enjoy. But here's a headline. You watching the show and listening, try to figure out if this is real or April Fool's fake. Apple changes Siri to use Miley Cyrus as its default voice.
I saw that.
Talk about it for 2 seconds.
That is true. I saw that article 2 days ago, I think. So they're trying to update Siri. A lot of people do not like that voice. It's very irritating. So Apple has a ability so you can switch it to another voice, and this original voice will be an option, but the default will be one apparently recorded by or synthesized of Miley Cyrus's voice, which I don't know what her speaking voice sounds like. I guess I don't know, but
Well, it sounds like this,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah, they
Like your
must
dad,
have
then.
they must have done studies and been like, "Oh, people like to hear somebody that always sounds like she has a stuffy nose."
Yeah.
does it sound like that? I don't know her voice.
Oh
so.
yeah, always.
Restaurants near you may include Domino's.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Well.
I think should ask Brian to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, follow me. Yeah. Excuse me a moment. Other dining establishments may be Olive Garden. I don't know.
Does anybody want to else talk about that? I can move.
That's all I saw about it. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting and also fake. April Fools.
That's an easy one.
You done it again, Chris.
Here's another one. April Fools or not, ABC has a singing show called Pitch Perfect, and they have created a spinoff of that called Pooch Perfect, including dogs instead of people. I did not see that article actually, so I don't know anything about this one.
Yeah,
Dogs
so
instead of
these
people.
dogs
Or
sing.
people dogs.
Yeah,
Or people
they
dressed as
sing
dogs.
songs. I
Uh,
mean, there's so basically here's the idea. You know how there's songs that like you think are stupid? Imagine if a dog sang it. You wouldn't think it's stupid anymore. You would be impressed by it.
If you've ever heard the jingle bells done by the dogs, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you know how great that could be.
personally, I'm a fan of any dog doing ABBA, but that's me.
I don't know that it's a singing show. Do you guys?
No, actually, I did watch it. So my wife and my daughter are huge fans of the movies, the Pitch Perfect movies, which is just a delight. So we have to watch it all the time. Anyways, what's her name from? I forgot who the host is. She played Fat Amy on. That's her name. I didn't make that name.
Yeah. No, I understand. Rebel Wilson.
But Rebel Wilson is the host of it, all thin and sleek, looking like a sleek Adele. Anyways, she's the hostess of the show, or host. We don't say hostess anymore, do we? I don't know.
So she's not Fat Amy. She's Sleek Adele.
She's Sleek Adele. So basically, what happens is they take it's different dog owners and groomers, and then they take the dog, and then they're given an assignment. Like the first one was to make the dog look like another animal, and then they had they had this little tiny, I can't remember what it was, but they made it look like a badger. I mean, it looked like a badger when it came out. It was pretty impressive. Some of them were horrible, Be like if the three of us decided to have an art project with a dog and like.
So it's like Nailed It, but with dogs instead of cake.
Pretty much. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. The one that won was they took the hind end of a dog and made it look like a fish that was eating the dog.
That's
a goldfish.
That's cool.
That's awful.
Was it a golden retriever?
No, it was a poodle. Most of them are poodles. It seemed like
because you get a lot more freedom with that.
Yeah, if they have curly hair, I just assume it's a poodle, whatever breed. But they have to be longer haired breeds to be able to do. Like they had one that was kind of like I don't know if it was a lynx, some kind of tiger or lion, cat. Is what I'm trying to say. But it looked legit. So
that's pretty cool.
Interesting. Will I watch again? Probably not. Pooch
It
Perfect.
feels like a slow paced show when you're talking about it.
I feel the name should be like Pooch. All right. Not perfect.
So is this conversation ABC's Pooch Perfect? Is it true or is it false?
Well, let me give you a hint first. They also have a spinoff called Pitch Perfect, and that's a cat version of it. That's not true.
Oh, okay. That part's not true, but the Pooch Perfect is mostly true. It is mostly true.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a good one, Mike. Pitch
we need to get an audience
Perfect.
Sound.
Yeah. I will say that I would watch that hosted by the late Eartha Kitt. Everyone bring out your dogs and cats.
I think this is a perfect time to transition to a generational game.
Yes.
Who's in?
I'm in. I've been researching and studying 90s trivia all week for this. I'm ready. Let's go.
We're not going to do anything with 90s, so I'm excited.
No, wait, we have. Hold on, I got a big fanfare for this. Ready?
Oh, please, yes.
Generational game.
I like the voiceover.
That was fun.
The voiceover was awesome.
The drums and it had this weird 70s nightclub feel, so that was really good.
Shout out to the Morning Laugh band, guys.
Thanks, guys.
So,
all right, well, listen, this is how this game's gonna go. And
by the way, awesome. Brian, I appreciate you reaching out to Doc Severinsen and getting those guys.
Yes. Tommy Newsom and the boys, guys.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay, Chris, what are we doing?
Okay, so we're gonna do generational phrases now. Just because honestly I don't know, I think I know. I think you
You don't
guys are
know the
both
answer
Gen
to-
X. Yes.
What?
What generation are you? Are you guys?
I'm Gen X.
So I'm technically a baby boomer.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
Mike's way of saying I don't want to be a baby boomer, but technically I am.
I'm just
Yeah.
right on the cusp of not being a baby boomer. I'm the last year of baby boomer.
Oh, you're the last year. Oh, that's
1964, last year of the baby boomer.
He's a cusp kid.
A cusp.
okay.
right on the
Well,
cusp.
I'm Generation C.
if it's any consolation, I did not think that you were a baby boomer at all. But the way that this game is going to work, because somebody else had already done the work, it wasn't me, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a Gen Z word. You get a point if you can figure out what that word means. Then you get a bonus point if you can figure out the baby boomer version of that word. What's the baby boomer slang word to it?
Oh, okay.
So again, I didn't think either of you were baby boomers. It was just already set up. And also I thought that would be an added challenge.
Yeah. So again, Mike barely qualifies, barely got that paperwork in.
yeah,
to be a boomer.
actually, and I will tell you this, Mike, if you get it all right, then you are a boomer. So if
Okay.
you guess it. All right,
Well,
here's the first.
Okay. So wait, I just need to clarify. So you're going to say a phrase, and we need to figure out what it means, and then say it in the baby boomer version of it. Did I get
Correct.
that right? Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, it's going to be 2 steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type a word. It'll be where my name is, and you can just discuss what it means. You get a point if you get that right.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So we're going one at a time.
One at a time.
Got it. Okay.
First
All right.
word, fit. What does
All right.
fit mean in
I'll go
Gen Z
first.
language?
And that means like super cool at a club, like man, that's fit. It's like that girl's really good looking. She's so fit. Or it also means that she has good eyesight. Man, she's fit. Look at that. She's looking right across the room. She can read that thing.
She can
Don't know
read
what it
that
means.
thing. Yeah, that's what Gen Z's really focused on. How is her eyesight? Look at how fit she is. She can read that.
Man, you
Yes.
see her read that across the room?
That is fit.
Fit.
Man, she's not nearsighted or farsighted. She can see it all.
She
That's
can
so
read
fit.
that.
Man, she's been so fit since she got LASIK. That's fit.
Hey, thanks for coming to your eye appointment. Just want to let you know you're pretty fit. So your eyes totally fit.
All
You're
right,
good to
Brian
go.
Smart Alec, what does it mean?
Well, you took the words out of my mouth, Mike.
Yeah,
I was
Brian,
looking
were
for
you gonna,
vision.
did you have any thought behind it?
I think fit just means to me like I just think it means what it means. I think it means they're in shape. They got it going on. They fit.
Okay. All right. Mike, I guess you could say was the closest towards the beginning, and then he kind of made a weird
Then he
left turn
drifted.
with eyes. But fit it means attractive in the United States. Fit is just the shortened version of outfit. So a couple of sentence examples is she had on a fire fit at the party, or their fit was bold.
Wait, a fire fit. So she's like dressed as a fireman? She has a fireman outfit?
No, actually, we're gonna go into that other word here in a second. But
Oh, okay.
those are 2 examples. Let's stick with their fit was bold. So it's basically, think of it as an outfit, not a
Okay.
workout, but an outfit.
I got it. Okay. All right.
All right. So what's the boomer slang equivalent of fit?
I don't know. I would think the boomer goes from 1946 to 1964, so it's a huge range. So I would think somewhere in the middle there, I would say pretty.
I think the correct one, Mike, is the cats.
The cat's meow.
Oh wow, she's the cats,
Oh, I would say
which is short for the cat's meow.
The
And
cat's
that's-
meow, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Well,
bee's knees. That was the
these knees for sure.
bee's knees. I've heard that one for sure. I mean, I've
She's the
heard
bee's
what you guys
knees.
have said. This
I
one
would
I hadn't
say,
heard of.
She's
According to
hot. Hot would have been the word.
hot. Okay.
Just hot.
All right. Final
Even though
answer.
Paris Hilton reappropriated that word decades later, but
Tom Hoy said Foxy.
oh yeah, that's right, Tom.
There
You're
you
right.
go. That's a
That's
good
a
one.
good
The Fox, that's Foxy. Yeah, you're right.
According to Business Insider, the equivalent of fit is threads. Like her threads at the party were groovy.
Oh, so okay. I thought the word fit just meant like, oh, she's fit.
No.
And it derives from, okay. So yeah, that's true. Threads. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you said that word before, Mike? Threads?
I think that was more of a Huggy Bear kind of term than I would have used.
But you know what? Brady Bunch, they would say that.
Yeah.
You gotta buy some new threads.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are groovy threads.
Threads. Hey, nice threads.
All right.
Well, I can't. I'm blanking on what my huge punchline is. So worth it right now. What's your thread count? That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
you
say.
should just say.
Trade count.
What's your thread count on those?
Yeah. Tom was right. Threads, or I mean,
Foxy.
the article is right. Threads would be correct.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Threads.
So far, it's a tied game, 0-0. Here we go. Next word, fire.
Well, I
Gen
can only
Z word,
assume
fire.
from what you just revealed in the last one that's she's her. Would you say her fit is fire? No, she's got fire fit. I don't know.
Fit.
I would say that means good, like neato, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Neato. Keen. I think keen is what Mike's trying to say. Keen.
Rad.
In my day, yeah, rad, totally awesome.
Yeah,
So-
that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Totally awesome. Yeah. Fire is used to refer to something that's really cool and amazing. So I was like, man, that outfit's fire. That movie was fire. You have to check it out. So that's kind of what fire means. So yeah, you guys both get a point for that.
Okay.
Yay.
So I will say this: I've seen a couple guys closer to Mike and my age use the term fire, and it just seems so stupid coming out of their mouth.
Mhm.
All of these things sound stupid coming out from anybody's mouth. I think I did not know fire was that at all. And we have a friend of ours, Grace. She's another comedian. I think she's in Denver now. But anyway, she revealed the word lit to us some time ago. I'd never heard that word as referring to that's cool or good or great or whatever. But she said, yeah, kids use the word lit. And I in my background, that was a reference to being under the influence of something.
Yeah.
Or
Which,
being
all
on
are.
fire. So maybe that was from fire. It went from fire to lit.
Maybe. I mean, I still say lit I can't say it often. I'm too old, but I have said it before.
I like Mike. I like the idea though, Mike. Lit and then to fire, and
Yeah.
the next generation will be, man, you are extinguished.
You're a flame.
Yeah. It's the full evolution of it. That's good.
I will say this: the first time I think I heard fire was actually Chris using it on the show at one point.
Really?
Yeah, and then I figured it out very quickly. And then, but I will say this:
I do say
my
fire.
kids don't talk like this at all, and they're super in the know. But maybe they dumb it down for dad.
Well, for me, I like the term fire because I don't know why, but it makes sense to me. Like, if somebody's saying like, "Oh man, that's fire," I'm like, "Oh yeah, wow, that's exciting." I want to do something.
It's a multi-generational trend, right? Hot, fire, lit, all those those.
You know why? Because it's trying to be anti their grandparents. Because everything was cool.
It's the same thing with a different word, right?
Everything was cool, and now everything's on fire.
Next generation will be, man, that is
fire.
combusting.
So
That's just it. We used to say on fire on our prepositional phrases. What were we thinking? We were crazy. We were crazy back then.
So then what would be the boomer equivalent to fire?
I think just cool.
Brian, you want to try?
Yeah, I was going to
go the opposite of fire.
I would say cool, or like I said earlier, keen.
Yeah. Keen was before baby boomer, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Beaver from Leave It to Beaver? Was he a boomer?
No, the first, like, for example, George Bush and George Clinton were both born in 1946. They were the first year of baby boomer. So anybody younger than them or older than them is pre-baby boomer.
Yeah, but they used to say keen all the time on Leave It to Beaver.
Right.
Hey,
I think that's before baby boomer time.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Wally,
think we've already decided that's
fire.
not boomer. That leave it to Beaver is
Hey,
not a
whoa.
boomer
Hey,
thing.
hey.
It's older.
Hey, Mrs. Cleaver, you look fire today and fit.
that's a fire fit.
That's a fire
wow.
fit right there.
Eddie,
Okay.
Eddie,
Any
that's
other
not
guesses?
cool. No, sorry.
So, according to Business Insider, the boomer slang equivalent of fire is groovy.
I said that before. Yeah,
You know, they're
that would
really
make
going
sense.
for the
Yeah.
your business magazine you're quoting is going with more 70s trend.
Okay. But
Like
that,
Fred
but
and
I
Groovy?
guess
But 70s is kind of when the a bulk of the baby boomers were. It's not when they were born, but it's when they were like
Coming of age.
coming of age and stuff. Let me tell you this horrible story of my life. So groovy was a very popular word in the 70s, as was mentioned, which is kind of my formative years growing up through the 70s. And I had 4 sisters, and they appropriated the word groovy to mean it was their time of the month to be feminine, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Anyway, so my interpretation of the word groovy always meant, oh, that means menstrual cycle. So my sisters ruined the Brady Bunch for me, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
how would they even say that in a sentence?
They would say, oh, I'm feeling groovy today. And it was their code word between each other to mean, hey, I can't go swimming or whatever they're trying to. I don't know what they're doing, but that word, just that's what the meaning was. So every time I heard that word, which was a lot, it just brought up a gross thought in my head.
Yeah, your whole apparently.
So when
this whole
Greg told Marcia
generation was
she's
saying groovy for like 10,
when
20
Greg
years.
told Marcia she's groovy, that was not good.
I'm pretty sure now, Mike, anybody watching or listening, you've ruined the word groovy now for them.
I
too.
know. See, good.
So-
I hope it's a trend and we stop using it.
Well, yeah. Has anybody said groovy in the last 20, 30 years? Anybody?
Sarcastically, I'm sure it's been said.
Yeah.
several
My
times.
sisters have.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Just in front of Mike.
Yeah, just because they know it bothers me.
Yeah, for real. Okay, here we go. You guys ready for this one? I'm excited. I honestly feel like you're not going to know what this is at all. It took me a second to know what this one is. Okay.
T?
T. My wife says this one.
TEA. So
I'm going to go with, I think it's perfect. Something that's perfect.
no, I don't think it's a descriptive word. I think it means like facial hair. Like, oh, I see you have T now. I don't know.
It's like, hey, look at that goatee.
Yeah, it's a short for goatee. And nice T.
Nice T, bro.
I have no clue.
Oh, that's good.
I like, Mike, you're going with the idea that the generation has just become lazier with their language.
That's what it
And
feels
also
like.
only complimenting looks.
Yeah.
It's and you have spelt T correctly. Yes.
TEA.
Yeah, T is spelled correct. Yes.
TEA.
Honestly, in my head, all I can think of is would that be short for? Like that's go.
Okay. Let me help you out this way. If anybody watching knows, maybe feel free to comment.
Let me define why I said what I said. I said it means perfect, like perfect to a T. That's where I'm coming from with it.
I got you. That's good.
Because no one would say perfect to a T anymore. They go, man, that's T.
Yeah.
Your fit is T. You're fire. Boom.
Here we go. Here's taking it to another example. So this is a phrase people use all the time: spilling the tea.
Yes,
Any
that's
idea?
if you get something in your goatee, in your beard. That's spilling the tea.
There you go. There you go.
Man, Asians been spilling tea forever. Word to my people. So, what does it mean?
Oh, okay. You don't want to try
Spilling the
spilling
tea?
All right. Spilling the tea is an act of gossip. So anytime somebody says that, they'll say like, spill the tea. What did he say? Last night was a mess. Here's the tea. Stuff like that.
So they've combined down low with just the letter T. That is lazy.
You know what? Follow my genius on this. When you say, "Hey, give me the details on that. Give me the deets," and now they took deets
And reversed it and took the D away.
No, not quite. I mean,
spilling
it's
the teas.
yeah.
This is where I'm thinking it's from.
Deets. Okay.
Spilling the teas.
Spill the tea. Wow, really? So that means like what? Tell me the 411, as the kids used to say.
Yeah, I mean it's
in a faster
definitely-
way.
It's definitely that whole like it's none of my business type idea. So
Oh, okay.
it's like gossip. Like I shouldn't necessarily hear it, but it's like, all right, spill the tea. Like let's hear it.
Okay, gotcha.
So what would be the boomer equivalent of spill the tea?
Um,
Tattle.
tell me.
Tell me.
Tell me.
I
So
wish
far,
for more
you guys,
information, please.
What's the? Let me give me just a minute to think about that.
Please inform me.
I request information regarding the subject. I don't know that can't think of one. I'm sure when you share it, it's gonna be, oh yeah, of course. But I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I think the word. God, let's see. Well, remember, Mike, everything that Chris has been saying reverts more to the 70s than anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, spilling the tea. I don't
feel
know.
like you guys have said this before. The boomer equivalent. I've said this actually, so that's how I know. Everybody's had to have said it. What is the boomer equivalent to spilling the tea?
He's going to say it, and it's going to be so obvious, I think, now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm out. I don't know.
Tom said I'm 68. Give me the lowdown. So
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, the reverse of down low.
down low. There you go. So instead of spill the tea, a boomer might say the skinny. Give me the skinny.
Oh yeah.
Skinny.
That seems like post boomer, but I guess it is. Yeah. What's the skinny?
I
What's the
mean,
skinny?
who knows if Business Insider actually did their research, but this is what they claim.
No, I'm sure it's correct. It's funny because a lot of these terms, as they become more mainstream, even like the word down low. What's the down low?
Yeah.
I was mentioning for a minute. I was saying, was it down low? No, that was way after. But my kids would use that, or I've heard it used. So in my head, it's hard to separate generationally when I've heard these words. But yeah, okay, the skinny. Yep, I knew I'd go. Oh, of course, and that's
Skinny. Wow.
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever said that.
You've never said the skinny?
I don't think I've ever said, give me the skinny.
I
I
don't
for
think
sure
I've said it either, but it does. I would know what that means.
Yeah.
Maybe like during Starbucks' first year, it was give me a skinny.
Yeah.
They changed that. Let's just call it a tall.
Yeah. No, I for sure have said the skinny. I'm like, oh man, what's the skinny? I don't know why.
The last
Why
time
did I
I
say it?
think
Nobody told me to.
It's not
the
give
last
me.
time-
Yeah, I guess it's the skinny. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the skinny is the phrase that I
yeah.
recognize.
Last time I used the term skinny, I was talking about Don Knotts.
Great.
Last time I used the word skinny, I was.
There you go. All right, do you guys want one more, or is that
One more to redeem ourselves.
Oh, okay. Well, then here we go. If we want a redeeming one, let's do this. Okay, you ready?
Cleaning
This is a
up the
good
tea. No.
I feel like actually you guys will know this one.
Tea party.
I know for a fact that millennials, my generation, says this. I'm surprised that they've put this in the Gen Z world. So maybe Gen Z has taken it over. Maybe they say it as much as we do. Salty.
That means it ranks highly in Google Analytics. I don't know.
There you go. Really, really getting it with the generation and the technology.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
salty.
guessing. I'm guessing.
The first thing that comes to mind for salty for me is always other than boy, that was salty. It was would be language.
Is it?
Salty
Okay.
language.
Yeah, that'd be boomer version of it. Is
Boomer
it
version.
possibly like a racial epithet, like that cracker is salty?
No, no. It's not a racial slur in any way. But thank you for trying. I mean, that's a good attempt. No, oh yeah.
I'm
you wanna try?
gonna say real quick. I think salty is something just a subject matter or something that rubs people the wrong way. Maybe.
Yeah, I would say I'd give you a point for that.
Oh man, so
which
Brian
means
takes the
it's
lead.
2-1.
Boo.
You know,
Boo.
Like putting salt in the wound, that kind of thing.
Yeah, to be salty is to be annoyed, upset, or bitter, usually about something minor. So people would be like, "Man, you look really salty right now. What happened?" Like, I'm so salty right now. Stuff like that. Man, I'm low key salty. So
For
you
me,
ever
it
say
was
low key? Anybody ever hear low key?
Loki.
Low key. I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
say that a lot. Man,
Isn't
I'm like low key.
Yeah, that means like kind of relaxed and not hyper, opposite of hyper high energy, right? Like
Sure.
low energy.
Sure.
Kinda,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I thought I don't know.
Well, it's like low key is like, it's kind of minor. It's not a big deal, but it's like, or
Oh.
like I've said that
Like
I
a-
say this phrase a lot, like, dude, I'm low key excited right now. So
Oh,
what that means is
wouldn't
like
know
I'm
that.
excited about something that I shouldn't be excited about, like because it's low.
That when I first saw Salty, the first thing that came to my mind is a sea captain.
See, I thought you'd
Yeah.
get that, Mike, because you were in the Navy.
I was going to go with that, but I thought no, that's too obvious. It means something different for this generation. Sea captains are not that high of a priority for the current generation, so I thought it's got to be something else. And I thought internet.
The next term is PEG. It means artificial limb.
Our next word is I.
So then right now Brian is in the lead 2-1, but Mike, you could either tie, ending this game in a tie.
Okay,
if
let's
you
make
get
this last
right.
one worth 5 points. Okay, let's go.
All right, cool. The last one is worth 5 points. What's the boomer equivalent to salty?
Quite offensive.
I feel like you forget the fact that there were definitely slang words. It's like you're just saying things people
I'm
feel.
trying to think. I'm trying to think.
Mike's going back to Victorian times. Quite offensive,
Quite offensive, please.
isn't it?
isn't it, me lady?
Let's see the opposite. So, I don't know. Do you know, Brian, what that would the boomer
Another term
version
of salty?
of
For boomers?
Crass? No. What would it be? Salty.
Think about it.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
That rubs me the wrong way.
Well, listen,
Like
don't
if
get
it-
salty here, Mike.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know it's not groovy, baby. So, I don't know, man.
Tea. We used to say tea instead of salty. I don't know.
Well, according to Business Insider, again, the boomer equivalent to salty is ticked off.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the result of something being salty.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean that's the kind of level.
Yeah.
Like, when people are saying salty, that's
Yeah.
kind of
I
the
get it.
level that they're saying.
Yeah. And then in the 80s, we used the term ticked,
Ticked,
because we
yeah.
shortened it.
Yeah.
I've
I'm
said
surprised the
ticked.
term now isn't toffed.
Soft. Oh boy. Did I just hear a cat?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
All
totally
right.
just heard- Do
All
you have
right.
a cat?
I don't have a cat.
No.
You don't. Neither of you guys have a cat.
Uh-uh.
Well, then that freaks me out because I have 2 dogs here, but there. Do you hear that?
No.
For sure, you guys are messing with me because it's April Fools. You're hitting something and making a cat meow. There's no way I'm making that up.
Brian's a sound effects guy. I'm guessing it's him.
Okay, Brian.
So before we don't have a lot of time left, but I wanted to
We
get a
don't.
couple of these other news stories in. Also, Brian was going to ask you something.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Have you seen Braveheart? Do you know about Mr. Binker Hoffman?
I believe you were supposed to say it in
You're supposed to say it in
Braveheart
the voice
accent,
of
Brian.
Braveheart, like in a Braveheart accent.
Mr. Binker Hoffman of Braveheart?
No, not of Braveheart. Just
No. You're supposed to say, and this is my bad version of it, Chris. What about Mr. Binker Hoffman?
Chris,
All right.
what about Mr. Binker Hoffman in
There you
Braveheart?
go.
that's right.
Not in Braveheart, in a Braveheart accent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not in Braveheart.
So
So
that's
Chris-
like me reading a line for you, Brian.
Chris,
What are you
what about
talking about?
Mr. Binker Hoffman?
What are you talking about in a disgusting voice?
Disgusting.
I'm flipping screens here, trying to go back to find it.
Mr. Brinker
I
Hoffman.
grazed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good. That's all I wanted, Brian. That's all I wanted.
Excuse
I'm
me,
low-key
I'm not
salty right
tired
now.
like you guys. All right, you're starting to get me salty.
Low-key salty.
No,
Mr. Brinker Hoffman, also known as Mrs. Brinker Hoffman, a completely fictionalized person. I wrote it down last night because I thought the name Brinker Hoffman was funny, and then I just wanted to see if you guys could say Brinker Hoffman.
Brinker
In an
I said
accent.
it perfectly. Brinker Hoffman.
Excuse me.
Brinker Hoffman.
Janet, could you bring in the Brinker Hoffman file? Thank you. Sorry.
That's it.
Okay, I just heard the cat again. It was
I think it's your
definitely
speakers.
one of you, Brian. It was you, Brian.
I am not touching anything.
What?
He's looking around if there's a cat in his room.
For real, there is a cat. How is that happening?
It's probably just feedback on your mic or on your headphones.
From
or something.
what?
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter.
Oh my gosh. Are you ready to continue on?
I am. Okay, we only got a few more minutes.
With this face lie to you. Meow. So,
Oh, not a cat. Okay.
So I read this story then just before we move on to our final section is Amazon had announced, I thought this was a joke, but it's not. Amazon announced that they are going to be converting to cybercurrency, specifically Bitcoin, for payments in June. And from what I could tell, it looks like they're trying to get to the point where they're only accepting Bitcoin instead of any national currencies of any kind.
Wow.
I don't have any Bitcoin, so I'm.
But you will by then.
So I have to go buy.
Everybody will. You get as soon as you go get your vaccination, they insert Bitcoin into your cyber wallet and mark your forehead. Everybody gets it.
Yep. It happens. It happens, you know. When does that not happen? It makes sense.
A lot of companies are doing that. Tesla accepts Bitcoin for buying their cars now.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
There's actually, I know a person that when he was proposing to his wife, now wife, he went and bought the ring with Bitcoin. So he used, it was back when Bitcoin was like at the highest, and he bought like a pretty expensive ring. He didn't even have to use the whole Bitcoin. So
Man,
that's insane.
That's fire.
That is fire. There you go. I'm proud of you. You get an extra point for that.
So the Amazon story is false.
That's true.
It's not
That's
true.
Yeah.
I will say that we've gone this entire episode so far without talking about any Marvel stuff. So let me just bring up. I only watched the first episode of The Falcon and the Snowman or whatever it is. Some new Marvel show. What's it called?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier. But
The
I
one-
like the Snowman.
I thought
That's
Sean
good.
Penn was pretty good in that, but Timothy Hutton.
It's called something like that. What's
not
it
so
called?
much.
I like Falcon and the Snowman. Yeah.
It's
called
Falcon and the Snowman. It's
It's
Sean Penn and Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed reprising his role as the Snowman.
It's called something like that. I don't remember what it's called.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's the same thing.
Snowman.
Winter Soldier,
Winter
Snowman.
Soldier.
No, I don't think Snowman and Winter Soldier are the same thing.
I don't know. Frosty had to fight to stay alive.
Yeah, for
He's the Winter Soldier.
He was the original Winter Soldier.
birthday. That's
Happy
what's happening during.
Hey, let's go kill Nazis. That's how it went down.
And then anytime the sun comes out, it's like goodbye, kids. And it's like it's a very terrible
Wow,
Marvel.
way to bring up a dark moment in history. I'm dying, kids.
For real. So wait, did you like it, Mike? What's your overall review?
I thought it was interesting. I watched it because of the WandaVision thing that I got into. So I thought, well, if I'm going to keep up on the Marvel stuff, I better watch this, I suppose. So it was good. It was interesting.
Yeah, I haven't had time to watch it yet, but
Hey guys, we got to wrap up in a second, so we need to get to the promos. So
Yeah. What you guys got
Brian's going to
coming
be Prescott Valley Days, May 8th.
mhm.
What are you doing there? You're just going to be there.
I'm just gonna go play games, eat cotton candy. Oh yeah, I might be performing that night too. So we're in final negotiations, but it's happening. So
To our Cheyenne, Wyoming friends out there, I will be in your town on April 17th.
Mhm.
And I believe we'll keep you posted on this and stay tuned. But I believe the rest of the Morning Laugh team, or some of them, will be in. Where did I tell you that was, Brian? In
Goodyear?
Glendale, somewhere in the Valley of the Sun on April 17th. I won't be there. I'll be in Cheyenne, like I said, but the rest of them maybe.
Oh.
And Chris, you are at Stir Crazy this weekend.
Yeah, I'm at Stir Crazy this Sunday night. So Easter Sunday. Yeah, that's
The rest of us will all be joining Chris on Mother's Day this year in May. So keep posted. Or keep.
And I believe Josh will be in Texas this weekend. I could be wrong, but I think that's true.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, Josh is in Texas. Yeah.
So if you wanna check out any of our shows, you can go on to our website, of course, themorninglaugh.edu. No, I'm just kidding. morninglaugh.com. Or you can go on to our individual websites or follow us on our Instagrams, Facebooks, Twitters, LinkedIn's, Tumblrs, all of it. All of it.
All of it.
All of it, especially Tumblrs.
all of it.
That's pretty much it. You guys have anything else you want to say?
No, I hope everyone has a wonderful Easter.
Have a fire Easter.
Have a fire Easter.
Have a fire Easter. Yes.
For sure.
And I hope it's not salty. I don't know.
Yeah, don't be salty.
Don't be
Have
salty.
a fire Easter. Don't be salty. That's
Go forth and be bitter.
And keep the pranks down to a minimum of one cop.
Yeah. For real. For real. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of the Morning Laugh. We'll see you next week. Oh.
Good morning.